Hello and welcome to another Royal Reviewer live pop-up chat, and my tiara is just popping off. Let me just readjust my tiara. Yes, I am wearing the York tiara today. Let's just make sure that's on properly. There we go. I hope it stays on and doesn't fling off. So this chat, hello and welcome, by the way, to this chat. I don't normally do a chat on Saturday, but I did say a while ago that I was going to start doing some lives on Sundays where I say who was at Balmoral with the Queen. And sure enough, I said last week that because it was the first week that she was officially moved into Balmoral, into the actual castle and not at the lodge, that she would be joined by actual family members. So a little bit more interesting to see who's going to church with the Queen. And sure enough, that has happened. Now, last week I did predict that it may have been the Wessexes who would attend first, but I was wrong. It was actually the Yorks, and there were reports in the week that Andrew and Sarah both travelled up to Balmoral to Scotland separately, and of course they were joined by Princess Beatrice. Now, it's kind of unknown whether I was having this conversation with myself and my moderators about Philip. Where is Philip? Again, he doesn't attend public church very often these days. It's quite a rarity to see him out at church. I haven't seen photographs of him elsewhere. Now, I personally think he is probably up at Balmoral with the Queen. I can't really see a reason why he wouldn't be there with the Queen and family for the break. So I think he's there, but just hasn't decided to attend church. And likewise, Sarah Ferguson did not attend. Now, it's unclear whether or not she is actually staying in the main castle or whether she's staying on a separate property within the grounds. I did a couple of years ago read a story, and again, I can't remember the source of it, or else I would have gone to look out for it to give you a link. But I remember hearing that when Sarah, Duchess of York, does attend, that she stays in a separate property, not actually in the castle. So I don't know whether that is still the case or whether she's actually in the main castle itself. I really do not know. Now, I want to go and find the chat room. Now, by the way, I'm actually going in the chat room as Elliot's British Life because I'm uploading on this channel. So I can't switch over. So I'm going on that one. Let's see if I can see. There we go. Oh, why is it not showing up? Hang on. Oh, here we are. Yes, so if I post, it will show up as Elliot's British Life, not as Royal Reviewer. You know why. And I do have some photos to go through. But first of all, let's read some of the comments. Yes, hello to everyone who's made it. I hope you like the tiara. It is the York family tiara. Thank you. I like this brooch too. It's not a royal one, but it is a cat. It's a beautiful cat with a dangly tail. I do like it. Merlin says, are Meghan and William getting a divorce? I hope you mean Meghan and Harry. And no, they certainly are not. Jerry says, blue is my colour. You look great, thank you. And it's actually with a yellow t-shirt, so blue and yellow. I thought they would contrast rather nicely. Thank you. Yes, I did have a really lovely evening last night. It was great. So I hope you didn't mind too much that I didn't do my weekly live chat. I will be back next week doing my live chat. Now, what is going on with this tiara? It feels like it's popping off my head. So let's just see if I can make it a bit bigger. There we go. I haven't worn this one terribly too much. So, oh, there we go. Look, it's definitely on now. There we go. Look, it's on. You can see. I hadn't got it down low enough. Yes, I agree, Cherry. Don't listen to tabloid gossip. There we go. Mariana says, I think it's absurd the media is making controversy with Meghan and with Andrew. And Wendy says, hello from Australia. Hello. Yes, it is a beautiful cat pin. Now, I want to go straight into... by the way, I hope people are getting notifications. I want to go straight into the photos. So I've found a collection of photographs. Hang on, let me just get the link. Here we go. Chat room. Here we go. Right. So if you are watching this not live, if you're watching on catch up, I will post this link in the description box. So the description box is right underneath the video. So you can open it up and you can see the photographs that I am looking at and showing you. It is safe to open. Well, I say safe. It's from the Daily Express. But at least they have all the photographs together in one place. So I'm going to start with the first cluster of photographs, which of course is the Queen. She is seated next to Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, and she's wearing a beautiful kind of pink and cream ensemble, looking rather gorgeous. Now, Charles and Camilla did drive separately to the church. Obviously, you can't fit everyone in the main car, but Charles was driving Camilla. Now, sat opposite the Queen and the Duke was Princess Beatrice. I'm just trying to scroll down to find a picture of Princess Beatrice, who looked lovely in a hat. Like it had like a cream base with like a. It looks like a navy floral cluster or a floral bow with a little bit of netting, so it looked rather lovely, and like a floral dress that kind of matched what looks like a blazer. I think she was wearing a blazer, and Camilla was wearing a beautiful green. I love that green colour on Camilla. It always looks lovely. And of course the Queen, the close-up picture of the Queen, she has this beautiful flower on top of her hat. Just looks gorgeous. A gold watch. I hope you've noticed her little lovely gold watch. And of course she has the obligatory blanket on her lap. So definitely a show of unity. And like I say, I was expecting maybe to see the Wessexes first. But hey, I'm just happy to get any other royal with the Queen that we can see. So I'm hoping that you're all enjoying those photographs. There is a nice side shot where you can see all of them, the Queen, the Duke and Beatrice in the car. I do believe it's the State Bentley, I think. Lovely claret colour, looking rather lovely. Hello to everyone who's just joined, 145 watching at the moment. Oh no, Sharon is recovering from spine surgery, is that? Spin surgery? I think you mean, is it spine surgery? Oh no. You don't see a link. Well, I've just popped one in. By the way, I'm posting under Elliot's British Life. So there we go. It's there. It is definitely there. Oh no, is that, oh no, is it not showing the link because I'm not posting as me? Oh, hang on, let me see if I can rectify that. Right, okay, I can actually switch channels now, that's fine. Right, bear with me. This is live. Things happen when we're live. Right, it's because I was uploading my weekly vlog, so I couldn't switch accounts onto this account, but it's just finished processing, so I can now switch. And then once I've switched, all will be well. I can go in as me, and then I will post the link. Oh my goodness, why is it so difficult? Right, and I have to go to the, hang on. Right, these things are sent to try us, aren't they? Right, as soon as it clocks over, I will of course post the link. Okay, I'm in. So I should be able to post the link right now. Here we go. There we go. Right, I'm in as me. You should be able to see the link. You should be able to open the photographs. So I'll give you time to look at that. Let's just remove one of the trolls. There we go. Troll is removed. Now, now, I obviously wanted to address, I've seen a few comments, and I wanted to address, obviously, what's been going on in the media recently. So, whilst I personally feel that it's not right to comment on any of the legalities of an ongoing legal case, what we can talk about is the facts. So, obviously, the bulk of this story regarding Prince Andrew happened around 8 years ago. There were allegations made, of which there were no charges brought. Since then, obviously, there has been, within the last couple of days, some unreleased documents that are now available, which shows another alleged claim. And again, I'm not going to go into detail about that because that is ongoing. I think with regards to these kinds of cases where it is a legal matter, that we let the authorities basically take the lead on this. They need, if there is anything that they want to bring to anyone's door that is involved or named within those documents, that is entirely up to them to do, and full legal processes should be followed with regards to any of that. If, of course, there is no charges brought, then that is where it should be left. The full law should be followed, and procedures should be followed, and there should be no exceptions for anyone's status or style or title. Everything should be followed to the letter, and that's basically where we're at. Nothing was brought from 8 years ago, and who knows if anything is going to be brought from what's been released now. I have read information about it, although obviously I haven't seen the actual documents themselves, but I have seen reports about it. But the one thing that we can definitely say is, let's go down to where I found the information. We can say what the Buckingham Palace has said about it all. So in 2015, that was obviously back when it all first started, Buckingham Palace issued a dramatic and unprecedented denial and said it is emphatically denied that the Duke of York had any form of sexual contact or relationship with Virginia Roberts. Any claim to the contrary is false and without foundation. And I do believe there was a comment as well about the current one, which I seem to have lost on the page. I think they've actually updated it and took it out. Oh, here we go. Asked if the Duke of York would respond to the news of his former friend's death, a Buckingham Palace spokesman said, "This relates to proceedings in the United States to which the Duke of York is not a party. Any suggestion of impropriety with underage minors is categorically untrue." So those are the official words from the palace, and also I do think that this needs to take the full legal procedure. It all needs to be followed, and if there is anything brought, then obviously that can be talked about. But until then, I think there's a danger of, talking about things when things haven't been investigated. Just recently, just as an example, in the UK, just this month, and this kind of, I think, underpins my own feelings about this. There was a case where a man a few years ago made allegations about high profile people in the UK, very well respected high profile people. Now it turned out that the police took this very, very seriously, and in fact it took it sparked an investigation which cost millions of pounds. It turned out that the allegations were false, and in the meantime I think there was about 3 or 4 different men, and it ruined their careers, it ruined their lives, it damaged them, it damaged their reputations. One of them even died before it was revealed that it was completely false and untrue. So I think we have to be very, very careful with what we say before things have gone through the correct legal procedures, and that is where I am going to end all conversation about that. Right. Unique K, thank you, and hello. And you're sending some love from Jamaica. Thank you very much. By the way, I hope you got the link. I'm going to post it again. That is to the Queen photos of the Queen and Andrew and Beatrice. Oh, by the way, I don't know what Sarah is actually doing. She's probably just back at either the lodge or the castle, waiting for them. And it's very unclear as to when Harry and Meghan may turn up. There was talk in the press a while ago about the fact that she may have turned up for her birthday, but of course birthday has been and gone, so I don't think they were there for August the 4th. I think they will come a little bit later. Now again, there's been a lot of talk in the online world about Harry and Meghan to ditch their Sussex title. No, they're not going to ditch their Sussex title. It's just that when royals get married, they're often given 3 sets of titles, an English one, a Scottish one, and a Northern Irish one. And when they are in those different areas, they are referred to by their Scottish titles. So, for example, in Scotland, obviously, Meghan and Harry will be known as the Earl and Countess of Dumbarton. William and Catherine, when they're in Scotland, are known as the Earl and Countess of Strathearn. Camilla and Charles are known as the Duke and Duchess of Rothesay. The Wessexes are known as the Earl and Countess of Forfar. And Andrew is known as the the Earl of Inverness, rather. Not the Duke, the Earl of Inverness. So it's not just Harry and Meghan, they all have these different territorial designation titles. So yes, it's not a big deal, it's just when they're there, if they are invited, if their title is needed to be used, for example, if they're invited anywhere, they will be addressed as their Scottish titles rather than their English main titles. I just thought I'd kind of clear that up a little bit because maybe some of you were a little bit confused. I don't know. Melanie, hello. Thank you. Yes, I love the tiara and I love the brooch. Jill says, thanks for the info about royal titles. And did I see the beautiful cake given to Meghan from... No, I didn't see the cake. I heard I heard she was given one. Was there a photo of it? If there is, please give me a link and I will, of course, talk more about what the actual cake is. I heard she was given one, but I didn't actually see the cake. James Medford says, if the British press hasn't found anything by now on Andrew, there isn't anything to be found. I am leaving it to the professionals to obviously deal with. If there is something that comes of it, then there is something that comes of it. But like I say, it is, you know, it's because of the cases we've had in the UK. It's not nice to be accused of something that then turns out not to be true. Why don't I use Getty? Because all the articles list all the photos in one big group. If I had to post photographs of an engagement individually, where there is like 40, 50, 60 photographs, I would be here forever, and so would you opening links. Oh, Fiona says, check Omid's tweets. He has one about the cake. Okay, I will. Let's go and see. Hopefully a photo of the cake, and then I can react to it. Okay, I'm just opening up. Oh, but I will do if it lets me. Right, it's not. Hang on, just a second. Whenever I click on his name, it takes me to someone called Amid. Predictive messaging. You've got to love it, haven't you? No, I don't want Amid, I want Omid. Okay, this is annoying me now. Right. Forget it, I can't get on it. I really can't. This is doing my head in. It's not doing it. Right, I'm there. Right, what about the cake? Oh! Oh, I don't know if this... Is it the one? Oh, it is. Thanks so much to Alice Williams and the awesome team at Luminary Bakery in London for letting us join them as they created Duchess Meghan's beautiful carrot cake. Oh, I do see it. There it is. There's the cake. Woohoo! Oh, it looks a lovely cake. But is that the one they actually sent to her? Or is it just one they made? Right, I'll have to read that later. What, the cake's on the Sussex Royal Instagram as well? People saying, where have I been all day? I've been working on my vlog. That's where I've been. Right, I just want to check just to make sure that it is actually the cake. Oh, I don't see any mention of cake on the Instagram at all. So no, I don't see any mention of cake on the Instagram. Oh, apparently it was a carrot cake. Well, there we go. Um, I will I will post about the cake later. I also wanted to talk about Zara Tindall's business deals. So there's been a lot of criticism about Zara for taking some money. Now, I don't understand why she ever, in the first place, denied having this role because I see nothing wrong with it whatsoever. She is not a working royal, therefore, she has to earn her money somehow, and that is one of the perks of not having a royal title is that you can earn your own money whichever way you want to, as long as it is not breaking any kind of law. So she hasn't done anything wrong whatsoever. In fact, if you kind of think about it, she is in the position now that Archie will be in when he is grown up. He will be in the royal family, in the line of succession, but not titled, not a working royal. Therefore, he will be able to earn money exactly the same way that Zara and her brother can. So there is nothing wrong with that. I mean, how are they supposed to earn their money if they don't do the work that they do? So yes, I think that's again is a silly season story, trying to pick holes in something that's just normal. They have to earn money somehow, and if that's the way they're doing it, then that is fine. It's only if they become working royals that they should ever be under that kind of scrutiny. Also, Harry apparently stayed on a super yacht whilst he was attending the Google Green Summit. Now, I spoke about this a while ago, and I had my doubts that he ever attended this event. However, since then, somebody who definitely did attend has confirmed that he was there doing a speech. So I think we can more than likely say, now that we have this evidence, that he probably was there. Now, I don't know whether he stayed on a super yacht or not, but there was lots of talk in the press about it, kicking out 3.5 million tons of carbon per hour or whatever it might be. No, he didn't stay on it. If he did stay on it, he didn't stay on it while it was moving. He stayed on it when it was stationary. So it wasn't kicking out all of that carbon into the atmosphere when he was on it. If he was on it, I mean, like I say, I don't know if he was on it or not, but yes, he certainly didn't sail in on it. So it wasn't kicking out all of this carbon into the atmosphere at all, to be quite honest. Elaine, yes, Zara can do what she likes. A very good position to be in, some might say. Alicia says, in your opinion, do you think it is better to have a title or not? Um, okay, we have to look at Beatrice and Eugenie, I think, to come to the conclusion about this, because they are titled, but they don't have an official working royal job. I like to think they will get one, but sometimes those girls are caught up between a rock and a hard place. Sometimes they can't do right for doing wrong. They get scrutinized if they earn money this way. They get scrutinized if they do this, that, and the other. And I do think that their titles have slightly encumbered them. However, if they become working royals, then I think it's important that they do have titles. So I'm hoping that being a working royal is in their future. I think it will help them enormously. Then you look at the likes of Zara and her brother Peter, who are members of the royal family. They are in the line of succession. It doesn't take away that, but yet they can earn their own money. Yes, they've had a little bit of scrutiny, but largely it remains that they can do what they want. They are private individuals. So I think it all falls upon what their future is going to be. Will they be working royals or not? In Archie's case, it's a little bit different because his dad is a duke, and a ducal title can be inherited. So with Archie, he will eventually become the Duke of Sussex. So it seems a little bit, I don't know, a little bit strange slightly to not get him used to having a title, any title, when he's going to inherit a big fat juicy title when he's older, when that time comes. So maybe it's just because to allow him to have as normal a childhood as possible. But he will get a title when he's older anyway. Let's have a look. Rose says, I believe Meghan is being blamed for Harry's sensitive, testy behaviour. I don't think he's displayed any testy behaviour, but anyway, he's not a little boy any longer. I like his public image, but I can see him being a bit spoiled. I don't really see that in him. I can see him being protective, I think. Mrs. Weather Whatever says, what is the point of this super private Google thing? Again, I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. If it's all about climate change, which is a global issue, it's really important. Therefore, anyone who attends, I think, should be very, very proud that they've attended and be screaming it from the rooftops. I think it should be more public. So I don't really get it either. If someone does, then do let me know. Diane says, would the yacht have kicked out less carbon with Harry aboard? No. That is yet another silly poke for the media. Yeah, I mean, it's just a non-story. No, Zara's brother is not a duke. Mrs. Weather Whatever says the Google thing is a giant boondoggle. I've never heard of a boondoggle, and that is the problem people have with it. I have no idea what that is. I've never heard that term ever. Mrs. Pilling says, I think Charles has a view of a streamlined monarchy. I do think both Eugenie and Beatrice haven't had an easy time being titled. I think this would have influenced the Sussex's choice with Archie. I think they would have looked at their cousins. They would have looked at Beatrice and Eugenie, and they would have looked at Zara and Peter, and they would have gone, who has actually had it the easiest out of my cousins? And I think that's probably the main reason why they've done it. But like I say, Archie, unless Harry does something crazy, like for example in his will leaves the title to the crown, I don't even know if you can do that, I don't know, then Archie will inherit a dukedom, so he will be a duke. Rose says, yes, you are right, protective. Yeah, I think it's being misconstrued. Maybe testy is being misconstrued as, for being protective. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, Michael says, why would the Mirror have the guts to blame Meghan on advertising because of diet... Oh, this diet pill story, my goodness. Okay, I was going to talk about this diet pill story, so I'm glad you reminded me. Yes, so the story goes that there has been online advertisements where they have claimed that Meghan has been endorsing diet pills. And there have been these fake quotes and all the rest of it. Or rather, some of them were real quotes, but they were for the cookbook, I think, rather than diet pills. So people have been thinking of buying diet pills that they think have been endorsed by Meghan. They haven't. Meghan has not endorsed any diet pills whatsoever, and the palace has said, they have issued a statement that they are going through the usual channels to correct this. So I imagine that means taking legal action against whoever it is who has been putting out these fake advertisements. And that's basically all it is. So yes, Meghan has not been advertising diet pills. I can't believe anybody would have even thought that that was real for a moment. I really can't believe it. That is just, it's just incredible. It really is. Sharon says, could Prince Philip be somewhere else? Maybe Ibiza. Maybe in the clubs. No. As you remember in the commentary for Eugenie's wedding, that Prince Philip doesn't stay at Balmoral when Sarah is there. Well, I don't think that that is true. Because like I say, I heard something that said that when Sarah is there, she stays in a separate property. So I don't think the Duke would go out of his way to not be there when Sarah was there. In fact, I think it would be the opposite. I think it would be Sarah keeping out of his way when she's there, if that was true. But we don't even know if that is true or not. But like I say, the way I heard it years ago now was that when she goes, she stays in a separate property on the estate, and the Queen often goes to visit her. But like I say, we don't know if that has changed in recent years or not. But like I say, I haven't seen evidence of Philip being elsewhere, and I can't imagine that he wouldn't be with the Queen, especially when they've spent so much of the year apart since his retirement. I think coming together at Balmoral is a very special time for them as a family. So I can't believe he's not there. Personally, I think he must be there. Queen Mary says the Daily Mail reported that Beatrice has got a job by being a stepmother to her boyfriend toddler. Oh no, I don't think that's true at all, to be quite honest. Rose says the York girls do have jobs. Yes, and they do spend a lot of time doing all of their independent charity work too. Jackie J says with all the things that Harry has been through with the press and his mom, it's no wonder he's protective. I would agree. Right, now, I think I've spoken about all the stories that I wanted to speak about today. So, I'm going to go and read up on this cake because it's been news to me that it was even photographed. So I'm going to read up on the cake, and then I may even make a video on the cake either today or tomorrow. But I am going to post my weekly vlog very, very soon. So that will premiere at 12 p.m. UK time. So that is about 4.5 hours time. So click on that video under Elliot's British Life and you will be able to set the reminder for that video. So if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to share on social media, and also hit the notification bell so that you know whenever I upload a new video. So from me in Shropshire, mwah to you all, and goodbye.